Oh, hey guys. I'm Drew Harrison. Thanks for joining me again on this lovely Monday. Well, actually, it's a rainy Monday here in Nashville. I hope the weather is cooperating more for you on this fine start to what's going to be a beautiful, beautiful week. I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. I hope you are too. Hope you enjoyed your weekend. I had a nice, lovely little lake weekend with my wife and some friends, so I am recharged, ready to go. So let's get into it. SpaceBall II trailer drops. That's right, Rick Moranis is coming out of retirement to reprise that role of that beautiful big helmet wearing evil genius. I need to go back and watch Spaceballs 1. I mean, it's a classic, I know, but I'm sure there's so many little things I'm going to pick back up in preparation for Spaceballs 2 coming out. The trailer's hilarious. It's just your iconic rolling text just saying all the things that have happened since the last Spaceballs movie. Check it out when you get the chance. Joey Chestnut in talks to return to the Nathan's hot dog eating contest. Last year lacked without the world champion. You gotta have a superstar in these eating competitions. You know, there's no way around it. Okay, you need your top guy and you need your people chasing him. Okay, so this July 4th, I'm gonna feel a little more patriotic seeing Mr. Joey Chestnut shove some dogs in his face, okay? Scientists have developed cocaine-loving fruit flies. In a big study on addiction, scientists have gotten fruit flies addicted to the sweet, sweet nose candy. But my whole thing is, why didn't they just import them from Florida? They would have already been addicted. Forbes has released its 50 best places to work list, and I can guarantee you none of the places I used to work were on there. No, for real, Banfield Pet Hospital will never be on there. And thank God. That place is a nightmare. Don't take your pets there. Topping the list at number 1 was the University of Notre Dame. So if you're in the university game, I guess Notre Dame's where is the place to be. Trader Joe's at number 2. Houston Methodist Hospital at number 3. NVIDIA, a tech company, at number 4, and then the Navy Federal Credit Union at number 5. So if you're looking for new jobs, there's a couple to go off of. Nike at 33. I would love to work at Nike just for all the cool stuff. You know, do you get cool stuff? Nike employees, hit the comments. Let me know if y'all get cool stuff just from working at Nike. You know what? Just comment below. What's the coolest thing your job ever did for you as an employee? I want to hear that. Because I bet it's not going to be that great. Pizza parties? Because, you know, Banfield would just have us have our worst day ever and be like, y'all need a pizza party? I bet y'all need a pizza party. Y'all need a pizza party. Yeah, y'all need a pizza party. Poor Bonnaroo goers were sent home Friday morning after the event was canceled due to weather. They're just sitting in a muddy field, and it's just getting muddier. So, got to see Thursday night. And then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday was canceled. So they're giving 75% refunds for the 4-day passes. And if you got the 1-day passes, they're hooking you back up with that money. We got a great show for you today. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you hadn't already. Up next, we got a Tales from the Road with Mr. Ben Sawyer. All right, I am here at Yazoo Brewing with Ben Sawyer, who runs a fantastic show here the first Friday of the month here in Madison, Tennessee. Ben, do you have a tale from the road for me?
I do. I have a tale from the road that is of a young kid from rural South finding out about industrial America.
Okay. I love that you're a North Carolina kid as well.
Yeah, I do. I mean, like we grew up pretty close to each other. I'm from Cabarrus County.
Moore County, you know?
Heck yeah. So I was in grad school. I went to App State for my master's degree.
App State, go Mountaineers.
Go Mountaineers, dude. Go Apps. And I got to be friends with my buddy, you know, who turned out to be one of my best friends in life, Stephen Knaus. And at the time, we were both into history and labor history. I mean, I'm still into history. Obviously, I'm a history professor.
Fair enough.
Listen to The Road to Now on Sirius XM and all podcast apps. Everybody jokes that I plug everything way before I'm supposed to.
I don't care.
But
way, bro.
So this time it's 2005, right? So it's 20 years ago. And my friend Steven, we decided we're going to go to this history conference in Chicago.
Okay.
So we get in his car, and let me describe his car to you. It's a blue car. It's like you know how you buy something at like you buy something at the Dollar General or some like flea market, right? And it used to have a logo, but it wasn't made right, so it took all the logos off of it and everything. So like, let me just go. It's a blue car. It was 2 doors. I to this day, and like I like cars. Like I pay attention to cars. No clue what car it was.
So Chevy Oldsmobile GMC?
Something like that. It's just, I mean, there was the part where they had put the logo that just had a flat thing over it. So you're like, okay. So we get in the car, 2 doors. Here's our situation. Number 1, the gas dial hasn't worked forever.
That could be a problem.
So he just has a notebook,
okay.
like one of those fold-over notebooks, right, with the rings, where he just writes down how many miles it has on it last time he filled up, right? And the odometer still works, so he like watches that. By the way, it's not on the early pages. This notebook, it's like we're talking like 100.
Been doing this.
He's been doing this, right?
Okay.
This is archived logs. So he's got that. He has a radio that I don't think the radio worked.
Of course not.
The tape player though. It wouldn't work with regular tapes, but it would work with one of those. Remember those inserts you'd put into a tape player, CD player, right?
Yeah, man. And you hit any bump and it skips.
Yeah,
you know, CD technology back then.
Yeah, but remember those old Discmans were like they burned through batteries, right?
Yeah.
So his AC adapter didn't work.
Oh no.
So what we did was we plugged in a boombox, right, to run the CD player off of it. So like, it's already a small car.
Yeah.
Most of the leg space is taken up by a boombox.
Of course.
That then plugs into. So anyway, that's our mode of transportation, right?
All right, heading to Chicago.
Crank down windows, right?
Of course.
We stop in Indianapolis. Have a great night. We stayed at a hostel in Indianapolis. Had a blast. And the next day we get up. This is July 2005.
Oof.
We're on the interstate.
Oof.
Thank God this thing has air conditioning.
Okay, I was about to say.
It had air conditioning.
Windows down to the max.
No. So we had the air conditioning.
Okay.
Sweltering.
I'm not gonna lie. Very caught off guard, this car actually.
Yes. Well, wait for it. So anyway, this is for those guys who don't know cars. Cheap cars didn't used to have air conditioners, right?
I've had nothing but cheap cars.
If you have a cheap car back in the day that had an upgraded air conditioner, it wasn't on the regular like belt for the car, right? It had its own separate belt where they like added to it, right? So we're driving from Indianapolis, and dude, it is sweltering outside. We're going like 70 miles per hour. And we're listening to, I think we're listening to like Adam Smith, Wealth of Nations, because we're nerds, right? Like listening to the book on tape.
Because we're nerds.
Through a boom box that's playing through, I think one of the speakers worked or something.
Fantastic.
As we're probably like an hour and a half out of Chicago, right? We're making good time. And then suddenly we hear, we hear something, right? And we hear a bang, and we look, he looks out the rearview mirror, I turn around and look, and it is the air conditioning compressor that has just broken off of the belt, fallen out the bottom. These things are not light. These things are made out of metal, right? Falling out the bottom and just boom, 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 down that. So it's gone, right? And I look at him and I'm like, you have no clue how lucky we actually are that this is a cheap car, because most of the time the air conditioner's on a regular belt, like everything would have broken.
We'd be done for.
Yeah, but this was, I guess we're lucky because this was, so we're now, it's like, dude, it's like 100 degrees. We're on interstate, right? And here's what happens. Boom, we see that thing go down. We turn around, right? And we realize we immediately crank down the windows. And as we're cranking down the windows, 2 things happen. Number 1, we see traffic at an absolute standstill way in front of us, right? It's like the Midwest, so you can see well ahead of you.
Yeah, everything's flat.
And we're like, oh no. But at the same time, we also see, like, I'm from the country, right? I've been flown into cities and stuff like this. I've never really driven across like the Midwest. On the horizon, at the same time we realize we have no air conditioning, it's 100 degrees, we're about to be holding still, we look up and we see like what looks to me like Mordor. Like the sky is blue, but around the top of this is absolutely dark. Like you can imagine dragons flying around this thing.
Dude.
And we're like, what the hell is this? That's not Chicago. And just as we're pulling up, just before we get there, we look over and there's a sign that says, "The sanitation workers welcome you to Gary, Indiana." Gary. Do you know about Gary, Indiana?
A little bit.
Gary, Indiana was once a thriving metropolis. It was the site. So, of course,
yeah, they abandoned everything, right?
Dude, this place was like and I think it's 1905 they built it.
Yeah.
It was a modern marvel. It's the first place in America, and this is 1905, where you could bring raw materials in one side of this factory and finished steel came out the other side. It's a works. They call it a works, right? The Gary Works. And in 1905, 100 years before we saw this, people were like, come to Gary, Indiana. It's the most modern marvel.
Yeah.
But in 2005, it was still working. It was still going. But needless to say, there was no EPA in 1905.
Yeah.
And this thing, it turns out like it still works, but they automated everything. And so the town is just absolutely dead. And you could feel it. Remember, the sign said the sanitation workers of Gary. Wow. I'm pretty sure that's most of the employed people there cleaning up from it.
They just drive into work and then peace out.
And we just look at it, and it turns out, like, later on we pull into the town, and it is dead. The water, I mean, it is mortal on
Just
earth.
contaminated?
Yeah, and we crank down the windows, and then we take our shirts off, and for an hour and a half, stare at this on the horizon as we sit still in traffic. We start writing messages on notepads being like, help, to show to other people that are out there.
Do you have water?
We get delusional, because I don't think we had much water.
I mean, at that point, could you walk and go get the air conditioner and try to put it back on?
Well, okay. If we had known how long we were going to be there, maybe we could have gone and found it. I don't think this car, look, nobody was fixing that car.
That's fair.
But the blue car made it, and that is my story of how I both learned about in post-industrial America and learned that everything ain't Cabarrus County, North Carolina.
It sure is not. Sometimes you get a Gary, Indiana.
So if you guys who are listening, if you approximately 20 years ago came across an air conditioner compressor with no logos on it, absolutely unmarked, and you thought maybe it came from a spacecraft because there was no serial number or anything, find me, all right? You can find me on Instagram.
Please do.
I saw your comedy, and let me know about it, all right? Whereabouts the car? Unknown.
No, unknown.
I'm pretty sure it disappeared
Came from the
point.
front-ish area.
Yeah.
Ben, thank you so much.
Yeah, man, that was my epic story of Gary, Indiana. Shout out to everyone listening in Gary.
Out Gary, Indiana.
You guys should get out of there. Please get out of there. Don't come to Nashville. Don't come to Nashville. It's too expensive.
Yeah,
but get out of there for sure.
It's windy.
Yeah.
It's time for sports. Did that sound convincing? That sounded good. It's time for sports. No, I like the first one better. Let's go ahead and jump into some NFL updates up top. Aaron Rodgers reported to minicamp. He was there. He did show up. He is there for the Steelers. But he had a little wedding ring on his hand. Man got married. Hasn't mentioned her not once. Hasn't shown her out. So I think my man got married to himself. A la Dennis Rodman. How funny would that be? Aaron Rodgers is like, I married myself. I had to get back in touch with me. The idea came to me in the holds of an ayahuasca retreat. And I was like, no one knows Aaron like Aaron does. You know? Poor TJ Watt just sitting over there just like, I just want a better contract, man. So he didn't show up for mini camp, so he hasn't been in the whole Aaron Rodgers vortex yet. So we'll see how that plays out. They got a quarterback, but their best player is mad. So I'd fix that if I was them, you know. Just my opinion. Celtics Jaylen Brown undergoes knee surgery, cleaned it all out. Just dealing with some pain in that knee, so then it went in, scoped it out, cleaned it out. So hopefully back for training camp and start of next season. Because we need him. Because Tatum ain't going to be there. Which Tatum says he's going to pull a Kobe and come back in 9 months. We'll see. Don't rush it, though. We need you for a long term, you know. Video circulating of the Pope wearing a White Sox hat. So you know he's been through it, you know, so nothing's going to catch him off guard. Rockies still the worst team, even though they destroyed my Atlanta Braves 10-1 yesterday, even after the Braves pitcher threw 15 strikeouts. It's just one of those games where it fell apart late. But unfortunately, the Braves have had a lot of those games where it's fallen apart late. They even brought back their old school closer for one game, and then he got designated for assignment. So I don't know what's going on. They say Snicker's losing it. They let that guy stay in there after he tore his UCL or something. So something to keep an eye on, Braves fans. Our manager might be losing it. In a feel-good story, the Nationals call up their bat dog from AAA. Nationals are like, look, man, this ain't going to happen this year. So let's get some butts in them seats. So what's our best commodity right now? The big fluff. Rafael Devers has been traded from the Red Sox to the Giants. It blew up this year with him and the Red Sox where they moved him to DH. He still wanted to play out in the field. So it'll be really interesting to see how the Giants use him going forward. College World Series, Coastal Carolina won their 25th straight, beating up a very hot Oregon State team. Louisville sent Arizona packing. We'll see some more teams in action today as the World Series marches on. A lot of buzz around USA Soccer saying they're not quite ready for the World Cup next year. You know, we got old heads talking about how the new stars aren't really showing up for the Gold Cup, but hey, they play a lot of games and don't have an off season. So if Pulisic wants to get ready for the World Cup by taking this summer off, let him do it, okay? He's earned that right, I feel, personally. They didn't need him. They started off their Gold Cup campaign with a 5-0 win over Trinidad and Tobago. So I don't see what the problem is here. Would you rather have a Gold Cup win, or would you rather him go far in the World Cup? Something Dempsey and Donovan never took us far in the first place. So I don't even know why their opinion matters here. Watch out, Major League Baseball. Ohtani's expected to pitch again soon. There's been 2 players in the history of Major League Baseball that has had 25-plus home runs, 10-plus stolen bases, and 5-plus triples, all before July. Both times has been Shohei Ohtani, this year and in 2023. And now he's pitching again? It's just not fair, man. I think Major League Baseball should deny the Dodgers any new players for like 3 years. Just play what you got is what you got. Gonna be paying him billions of dollars till 2076. It's ridiculous. Angel Reese becomes the second youngest player to hit a triple-double in WNBA. Of course, Caitlin Clark did it twice when she was 22, so I know that's not going to help the Reese versus Clark drama. But shouldn't we be enjoying this, guys? You know, there's no Bird without Magic. There's no Duke without UNC. So I understand you got to pick one and you got to hate the other, but let's just pump the brakes, all right? And just enjoy, historically speaking, probably the best rivalry women's sports has given us. So let's enjoy this and let's just watch it, all right? You don't have to wish Angel Reese would fall apart just because you're a Caitlin Clark fan. You know, like, let's just enjoy the game. Florida's up 3-2 in the NHL Finals, and the NBA Finals are tied up 2-2 with a Game 5 coming up tonight. Will the pendulum swing in Indy's favor, or will OKC regain control? I'm just happy we got 2 Midwest markets, smaller markets, in the mix. That's sports. Let's check in with our buddy Comedian Discovery for This Week in Comedy. All right, it's time for This Week in Comedy, sponsored by Comedian Discovery. Make sure to check him out on Instagram at Comedian Discovery. Also does some amazing live shows in and around Nashville. You're going to want to check out at Comedian Discovery Live for all that info. First up, he recommends we go back and check out a banger of a special that came out on the 3rd from Mike Falzone. Checked it out. It is hilarious. He's a fellow East Coast guy, so he won my heart already. So make sure you sit back, enjoy it. Take the governor off your bidet. Have a Saturday. Check out his special and understand why he's Red Robin's number one enemy. Also came out yesterday in time for Father's Day. Ali Sadiq, this dude is going to go down as the greatest storyteller of all time, if he's not already at that height. Love hearing his comedy, love hearing his stories. I still laugh and chuckle every day like, Mexicans got boots on. Coming out on Netflix on the 24th is Steph Tolev's special. She is hilarious, lives by her own rules. checked out her Don't Tell special recently, and she's definitely got me embarrassed about my toenails. Went and cut them immediately. It's kind of like Sam Kinnison's reincarnated voice when you listen to her, and it's just hilarious. It's so funny. So definitely cannot wait to see her Netflix debut. It's going to be phenomenal, I'm sure. And on the 27th, on the tube, is Josh Gondelman's special, dropping sweater games on point. Just a great sense of humor, funny observations. He's got a great bit on his Don't Tell that he's like, Bitcoin is the stock market for people that wanted Spider-Man to win more Oscars. Just so funny. So that's This Week in Comedy, brought to you by @Comedian Discovery. Go check him out on Instagram. Check out all of these great comics he's recommending for you, and check out a show if you are in the Nashville area. One of my favorite segments, music video of the week. In honor of Father's Day, why not have a messed up father and son music video? It's 9 Ball by Zach Bryan. It's got good old Matthew McConaughey in it. He goes into a pool hall, taking his little son in there with him. You know, he's not drinking. He's just there to play some pool, win some money for pops, you know? Here he is putting the pool stick together for his little kid so he can start hustling these people for money, because who's going to beat him? This little kid? I don't think so. Keeps going. He's progressing. He's getting a little bit older, winning some money for dad. Dad's getting a little cocky, you know, talking a little trash, running his mouth when he shouldn't be. Now he's full on high school Letterman jacket, still running this scheme with his dad. Dad just drinking, having a good old time, letting it known that they're running things. He's just getting way too cocky. The kid's picking up on it. So he's like, you know what? I'm not going to win this one for Pops. I'm going to let this shot that I could easily make not go in. Cost Dad a little money, but teach him a lesson in the process. Things don't go so well, though. A little barroom brawl breaks out with all of the people that he owes money to, so they're not too happy about things. So the son's like, I got to get Dad out of here. So he picks his dad up. They have a little moment, takes him out the door. And it's the dad carrying the son again like he's a little kid that got out of the car in the first place. So nice little imagery there. Nice up for interpretation moment. You know, I like to think he made his son grow up too fast, so they saw him progress so fast in the same night. But, you know, could be that his dad ran this scheme for forever and his son just wanted his dad to look at him like a kid again. You know, I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments. That is the music video of the week, 9 Ball by Zach Bryan. But yeah, shout out to all of the fathers out there, since yesterday was Father's Day. Actually got to spend some quality time, took a picture with my dad. I'm kidding. But in all seriousness, yes, shout out to all of the dads out there, but also shout out to all the kids that didn't need a dad growing up. Now, my mom was the dad and the mom, and I had a grandpa that was really big in my life. So shout out to the people that stepped up when some people stepped out, didn't come back. So that's it for us this week. Thank y'all so much for checking out the show. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on the little notification tab or button or alert. I don't know, the little bell thing. You know what I mean? We'll be here every Monday, same time, same channel. We'll see you then.